Hey guys, what's up? I'm Tito the OG, and today I am here with one of my first of many, well, not many right now, but it will be of many, unboxing Sonic the Hedgehog action figures. Now here today I have the Wave 3 Sonic Prime action figures from Jakks Pacific. I have, what's her name, Black Rose from No Place. I have Sonic from the Grim, and I have Chaos Sonic from New York City. Now, the first two previous waves of the Sonic Prime action figures, I skipped out on like one from like each wave. The first wave I didn't get Mr. Dr. Eggman. And the second wave, which is almost Shadow and Rusty Rose, I didn't get the Knuckles, Gnarly Knucks, I think that's his name. I just didn't really like how they looked. And for this wave, I got all except for Dr. Deep, just because I'm only going to spend money on the characters and figures I like. So I just got the Sonic, Amy, and Chaos Sonic. Now I'm really excited to open these guys up, just mainly Chaos Sonic, just because he's like one of the first times we've gotten like a new character as like an action figure. And he looks really awesome. So let's just switch to the hand cam and let me open this guy up, or these guys. All right, now here are the three of them laid out on my desk, and who should I rip open first? You know what, let's go with good old Sonic. Now here he is in his box, and you can see immediately he is different from the other Sonic Prime figures, as he has that little smirk going on right there. He actually has his teeth grinning. I don't know how I feel about that though. It makes him look a little weird. Who knows, maybe it'll look better in pictures and posing. But he does have different shoes, which you can see through the side right there. And it looks like they're made of transparent purple plastic, which is interesting. I like that. One thing I do like about the Sonic Prime waves is that you are getting all these different kinds of looks for Sonic in action figures. Whereas like, you know, the regular Jakks Pacific figures, they're all just the same Sonic figure, but sometimes with a different face. So here's the front of the box. Now here is the back, which shows the entire wave. Sonic, Black Rose, Chaos Sonic, Dr. Deep has 13 points of articulation, which is pretty good. That's actually very good. I wish the standard 4-inch Jakks figures did have a little bit more articulation. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. They look great. Now I think we're good to go ahead and rip him out of the box. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, already I'm having a problem. You see that right there? Do you see that? I am ripping this guy open out of the box and his leg joint popped off. Not in a good way. Let's finish taking him off, or taking him out, and see how, see if I can fix it. Alright, so I actually think I got a limited edition version of this figure. I think this is the version of Sonic from, what's it called? From No Place, like Pirate Sonic, you know, because he's missing a leg. Not really, but yeah, came out of the box broken. So here is single-legged Sonic. Let's try and pop this back on. It looks simple enough. Oh, okay. It went back on. Now here he is. Oh, but it pops off super easily. Ooh. I guess I'll just have to be careful with it. The other leg is fine. And I will say, he is a pretty good looking figure. His colors look really nice, especially on camera. Nope, he fell. His colors look really good, especially on camera. That blue really pops along with the purple, and I was right, it is a transparent plastic. It looks really cool. You can see like the internals of like the figures where parts pop together, but honestly, I don't mind it. It's a nice, neat little look for Sonic. I've always loved different looks for Sonic, especially with like a simple change like his shoes. I liked his New York shoes that he came with, and then I even have the figure right here of the previous Sonic, where Boss Cage Maze, where he has like these weird like Wolverine claws. That leg keeps wanting to pop off, but he has these Wolverine claws and Wolverine shoes, and like it's just like a simple change his hands and gloves, and it makes him look really cool in like a completely different like version. Are the joints different? The joints are different. Look at that. I think it is. Look at his leg joint right there. It looks like the ball joint is more visible. No, wait. No, I think it's the same. I think the plastic's just different. This one, the new one from Wave 3 is just more glossy. And like, you see more light shining off of it. Whereas the Wave 2 Sonic, he's a bit more matte. They're the same. They're the same. Mobility is the same. Let me see. Okay, maybe not try that leg. If I move it forward, it doesn't really move forward all that much. Just so it's about the same as the previous. Well, you know, it does. You know, with each release of these Prime figures, it does look like the mobility gets a little bit better. So that's a plus. Overall, there's not much really to say about this guy. He's really just another version of Sonic that we got in the I wouldn't say the first wave, because the first wave Sonic was a little flimsy and kind of not that good of a figure. But this one's a pretty solid figure. I also like that his shoes are more like akin to like his original like regular Sonic shoe design, which is good for customizers like myself who want to completely take off the shoes and put the hands, make like my own regular hands and shoes for him, and just make like a regular like good posable Sonic. Oh yeah, he also does have a little neck joint where he can look up and down. It's not much, but it's something, so that is cool. Now here he is next to your standard 4-inch Jakks Pacific Sonic figure. And you know, that 1-inch there makes a difference. The 5-inch and the 4-inch figures, I wish the 4-inch figures had some articulation on the elbows. But it's okay, it's alright. I think I really like how this figure looks. At first I didn't really like how he looked. I thought his eyes were a little bug-eyed, but I think it looks a lot better now, and especially like the articulation, it makes up for it. Here he is next to my decked out 6-inch collector Sonic figure with the Caliburn and soap shoes. Look at that. Which one do you like more? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now here we have the most anticipated figure of the wave, and the figure I'm most excited to open, and that is Chaos Sonic from New York City. Now, I was a little nervous about this guy. When I saw pictures of him online, I was worried that like he didn't really look that cool. But now seeing him in person and in hand, or at least in the packaging, he looks pretty cool. The main thing I was worried about was his visor right there, because in the show it is lit up and it's like a neon blue, like a light blue color. But all the pictures online, they just look like a solid blue. But now I am seeing that it is like a translucent blue plastic put over it to kind of make it look like it's, I guess, his screen. And I mean, it's good. It's good considering, like, you know, the price point, the $15 price point. It's $5 more expensive than your standard 4-inch figure. I think it gets the job done. I would love to see someone customize it and make it light up, but I mean, who knows? All right, let's open this guy up. Here is Chaos Sonic out of the box, and I have to say he looks a lot cooler than I would have ever thought he was gonna look. The posability on him is amazing. It says he has 13 points of articulation, but from just like messing around with him and kind of moving him around, it felt like it was much more than that. And he just looks really cool. His arms are really long. It reminds me of like Werehog Sonic and his super long arms. These giant like balls he has on his shoulders look really cool the way they move. And his legs remind me of Gamma from Sonic Adventure, just because of, look at that, the forward articulation and backward articulation, and then also his ankles also articulate. So the articulation on this guy is absolutely amazing. Since he's really just ball joints, he can get a pretty good 90-degree angle on his leg raise, and it looks really good. It looks like he has high heels. That looks funny. But yeah, and you know, of course he has the head turn. He does have a neck joint where he can look up and down, but I was having a hard time moving it, and I'm kind of scared to do it too much and break it, so I'm not really gonna mess with that. This guy looks awesome, and you know, even the translucent plastic on his lens really does wonders for this guy. I would love to maybe pick up a second one if I could ever find one, and you know, try and disassemble him and try and make it light up, and even possibly make different like eye plates for him, because he looks angry. you know, we remember Chaos Sonic as like the obnoxious version of Sonic that's already super obnoxious and making horrible jokes while fighting Sonic, and he's like doing like peace signs and stuff like that. So I would love to have like different face plates where he's making different emoticons. But wow, look at that. Look at that leg range. He is awesome. Look at Jakks really cooks, man. When they want to, they can cook. And with these long arms that he has, he can like, oh, he could do like a pose like that. Oh my gosh, this guy is so cool. He is awesome. I am definitely gonna have a lot of fun taking pictures with him and posing him. Thankfully, he did not come out broken like my Sonic did. Now let's give them a little side-by-side comparison. Here is Chaos Sonic right next to your Wave 3 Sonic. And honestly, I don't remember if they were this height level in the show. I could have sworn Chaos Sonic was just a tad bit taller, but I don't remember. I haven't seen it since Season 2 came out. But yeah, this guy looks absolutely great. It would have been cool if you could articulate his hips right here. It doesn't seem like that hard of a modification. You could really just cut around here, Dremel it, add a ball joint, and then make him swivel. Because I think a waist swivel would actually benefit this guy a lot. But he just looks really cool. He is definitely a must for anyone hunting for the Prime figures, or even if you're not a Sonic Prime fan, this figure is just a really cool looking figure in general. It makes me wonder if they're gonna release a shadow version of him as a figurine. That would be so cool. On to the next figure. All right, and here we have Black Rose from No Place. Already I have a big issue with this figure. She doesn't have an accessory. The very first Wave 1 Amy from Boss Cage Maze, Thorn Rose, she came with a hammer accessory. I would have expected something like a sword for this because that's what she uses in the show. She fights with a sword, but nothing. It's just kind of bland, and I feel like the figure could have been more worth the price point if we got some kind of accessory. Sorry, I bumped my camera there. All right, here is Black Rose out of the box, and I have to say right off the bat, she is adorable. Her facial expression is just great. I like the outfit. The outfit design is really cute. You know, she's dressed like a pirate. But I have a few issues with this figure already. The hands, like the poses. Why is she doing the crab poses? Give me like a fist and like, you know, like I said, a sword accessory. It would have made sense to have her hands like that so she could hold a sword. You know what? I'll give her my own sword. Here we go. There, she has a sword. It just doesn't make sense why they would give, you know, Thorn Rose this huge hammer and have her for the same price. And honestly, look how thick her arms are. Her arms are really thick. And look at Thorn Rose's arms. Her arms aren't as thick, and they look great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Also, her eyes. The eyes are different. I just noticed that. Thorn Roses are more of a lime green, while Black Rose is like more of a darker green. I also do have Rusty Rose right here, which is probably one of my favorite figures from the set. And her eye is also forest green. Now, I do like the figure, but she doesn't look like she fits in with the Prime bunch. She looks like regular Amy from like the regular Sonic the Hedgehog line. And it's interesting. I guess it's just like the mouth and the eyes and the limbs. It looks different, but I like it. It's a good different. You know, the articulation is very good. You have, you know, good leg articulation because it's really just ball joints. The paintwork looks really good. It's not too bad of a figure. I do wish that her rings on her wrists were painted gold. I think that would have done a pretty good difference. The articulation mechanics they have on the boots right here are actually pretty good. You don't really see it too much, but you know, it works really well, and you know, it doesn't look too bad. Now that concludes this little review video for these 3 Sonic Prime Wave 3 figurines. And I have to say, they're pretty good additions to the Sonic Prime set. Chaos Sonic definitely steals the show here with his amazing articulation. He looks fantastic. And I think anyone with any sort of, desire to collect Sonic action figures needs him in his collection or in their collection, because he is a fantastic figure, especially for the price point of $15. Amazing. Sonic, if you don't have a Sonic from Sonic Prime, he is definitely a good figure to pick up. Hopefully, nobody else's comes broken out of the box like mine did. I will have to try and get that replaced, and we'll see how that goes. Black Rose, good figure. Just wish he had a sword. Kind of looks out of place next to Sonic. They're both hedgehogs. They should look a little similar, but they look, I don't know. I think it's her eyes. The eyes really throw it off. I don't know how Dr. Deep is. I just didn't really like him, so I didn't get him, but I probably won't ever pick him up. But I'm really excited to see the future of this line, because it seems like with each wave, they seem to be improving something, whether it's the articulation or just adding really cool features like this translucent plastic. Now here is my current set of Sonic Prime action figures, and together, they all really start to make a, they set themselves apart from the standard Jakks figures. I really like how they all look together, especially that Shadow figure. That Shadow figure is definitely one of the coolest looking figures of the wave. And Tails 9 with his 9 tails. Tails 9 with his 9 tails, yeah. I love that Shadow. I can't get enough of that. I love the darker skin tone for Shadow. We need to bring that back. We need to sign a petition. We need to get rid of this yellow skin tone right here on the Jakks figures. Also, don't mind why he's torn apart. I swap out the accessories. Yeah, dark skin Shadow is amazing. I love it. But yeah, let me know which figure is your guys' favorite out of all of these. Also, be sure you follow me on my Instagram page, where I post pictures of the figures I collect, and I also make accessories for Sonic figures, like these soap shoes right here. Want your own soap shoes like this for your Jakks Sonic figure? Go down in the description below, where I have my Etsy website where you could purchase your own. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.